Hey, Myles here at Tactical Hyve. It is Monday, so that means it's another dry fire session. And today we're going to change things up a little bit because we've been focusing a lot on the fundamentals, stance, grip, trigger control, and there's a lot of content that we've covered already. So you can go back, watch the playlist in the description below, and rehearse everything, go over everything, and make sure you really understand it and get proficient at it. So we're going to take a little break from that, and we're now going to return back to the draw. So if you're interested to hear what I have for you about the draw, stay tuned. Welcome back. I have my tactical rig on, so it doesn't matter how you carry your firearm. If you're concealed carry, outside the waistband, appendix, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it doesn't matter. This is not going to be a technique video per se because everyone's carry position is going to be slightly different. So you have learned how to draw your firearm. Hopefully you did, and if not, you can search our database for some videos on how to draw. But every position will have its unique details. That said, this video is going to focus on what happens after the draw because we're combining the marksmanship that we've already covered and now just adding an extra component to draw. When you see a lot of people draw, and just a reminder, I'm doing it from outside the waistband, but this can be any position. When you see a lot of people on video, on social media, especially on social media, you're going to see them draw and they're going to just take a quick shot right away. It could be dry fire, it could be live fire, most of the time live fire. But what I want us to do today is to control your shot. What do I mean by that? There's a number of different factors here that I'm talking about. First thing is a lot of people, when they draw really quick and they shoot, sometimes they don't even see what they're shooting, or they don't see the red dot, or they don't see any reference of their sights. So that means they just took a blind shot. They're kind of relying on maybe their natural point of aim, things like that. That's fine if the circumstance calls for it, but we're trying to take the shot when we want to control it. Okay, don't just get it. It's not just because we're tensed and stressed and because we're going fast we just let that shot fly. The first thing that you're going to do is when you draw, you want to make sure that you pause. Okay, you're going to pause on purpose. So even if there was a threat that came out, right, if the threat came out, you'd want to draw it and take that shot immediately. But as we are working specific skill sets, we are going to pause. So what do I mean by that? So if I was doing this, I'm drawing, I get to this position, most people might take the shot right here when my arm is at full extension. I want you on purpose to stop right here, okay, so that you can confirm that you're just not taking that shot just because you got caught up in the speed of your draw. That said, also, we want your draws to be fast as you can, particularly when we are dry. You're trying to build that speed. So the first thing is, when you guys are going quick with your fast draws, you are going to pick a spot on the wall, right? Whatever target you want. And I do recommend the dry fire mag, just like I'm doing here, so that you can reset the trigger because we are going to be taking multiple shots as well. So I definitely recommend this, and use the code TACHYVE for $10 off. So the first thing is, when you're drawing, you're going to go as fast as you can. You're looking at your target, and I want you to confirm that your sights are on that target before you break the shot. So I'm going to demonstrate the incorrect way. Someone goes quickly, boom, they just take the shot, they just shank it. You know, they're getting caught up in their speed. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to look at whatever you're supposed to be hitting here, okay, your point of aim or the point of impact that you want, and you're going to draw, stop, make sure it's there, then break the shot, okay? Don't just get caught up and just break that shot. So that's the first thing. You're going to draw as fast as you possibly can and pause. Make sure you see what you need to hit before you pull that trigger. The next thing is, this is something that you won't always have the opportunity to do, and we covered this early on in the series. I think it was in the first 2 or 3 videos. So if you're not familiar with what I mean by having a fully prepped trigger, watch the beginning of this playlist. There's about maybe 2 or 3 videos where I talk about prepping your trigger. You're not always going to have the opportunity to prep your trigger, to get to your wall or a fully prepped trigger, because if you're surprised, you may just slap that trigger. If someone just popped out of nowhere, you're going to just slap that trigger and let it rip. So you're going to have to rely now on your grip and different marksmanship fundamentals to get your accuracy, okay? You're not going to be relying so much on your trigger finger manipulation type, but more about following the principles, which are also covered in previous videos. So what I want you to do is, aside from going really quick with your draw and stopping at exactly what you want to hit before you break that shot, I want you to get to a fully prepped trigger also by the time you pause to confirm what you want to hit. That is going to teach us or show us if you are too slow on the trigger or you're going way too far and you hear the click of the dry fire mag, or if you're just using a regular pistol without a dry fire mag, you're gonna hear the shot go click, like you took an actual shot. So I'm gonna talk this through. So you're going quickly, you are prepping the trigger right now. And when I pause to confirm my shot, okay, remember this is only for the dry fire exercise to ensure that you're building good habits. You're not just blindly shooting. So when I get to that point where I confirm my shot, I should be on a prepped trigger. How do I know if I'm not on a prepped trigger when I look at what I actually want to hit? It's going to be one of two things. One is, as I present, I might go too far, and you might already hear me go past the fully prepped trigger, and you're going to hear that click on a dry fire mag. That means I went too far. That's okay because you're trying to learn your trigger and you're practicing. But the ideal point is for us to get to that point and be at a fully prepped trigger without that bang yet, because we need to confirm what we want to hit. Then we're breaking the shot, okay, with the dry fire mag here, or whatever your device you're using, or maybe without the dry fire mag, you're gonna have to rack the slide in between shots. The second way we know if you are prepping the trigger correctly or not is if I present, and maybe I don't go too far, so maybe there is no click. Okay, great. I did not have a early discharge, as we like to refer to it. Maybe now, when I get here, that's the time I feel myself prepping the trigger. So instead of being too early this time, I'm too late. So as I present, okay, notice this. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do it with one hand so you can see my trigger finger, hopefully. So as I present, I'm aiming, but notice my finger is not even on the trigger yet. So that means I was too slow, and then now all of a sudden I start to prep it. That's too slow. So we're looking to be right in the middle. We are looking to draw very quickly, as fast as we possibly can, okay? Prep the trigger while we are moving into presentation, and then with a prep trigger, we're confirming our shot, then we break the shot, then we reset and prep. So after we break the shot, we come off it and come back on to be ready to take another shot. So just like this, it looks something like this. I'm gonna do my draw here with speed, confirm my shot with a prep trigger. So you did not hear the click of the dry fire mag. I am at a fully prepped trigger. I am not prepping my trigger right now. It was prepped on the way. And now when I confirm my shot, you hear the click from the dry fire mag, and I already reset and prep. I'm ready for another shot. So that is what we want. That is the ideal here. And what you're going to do is, from any position, concealed, that's what you're working on. I want to reiterate this again, just so that everyone's clear. This is not necessarily how you're going to shoot in real life, but it is reinforcing the habit that you're just not slinging lead. You're not getting caught up in the adrenaline or stress. You need to be in control of when you're going to shoot. Not just because your gun is out there, you pull the trigger. Your gun is out there and you're looking for what you want to hit. You see what you want to hit and then you pull the trigger. So I'm here. You're going to do this for 15 minutes. Any draw. You're going to work, maybe you start off slow, but you want to get to a point where you're going as fast as you can, and you're prepping your trigger on the way, confirm my shot, then break it, reset and prep. Okay, now that I'm happy with this, maybe I diagnose my grip, everything looks good, finger off the trigger, and I holster. Okay, so I'm here again. Doesn't matter how you want to do this. Okay, it could be arms here. You present, I pause, I know what I want to shoot, I'm at a prep trigger, break the shot. Okay, now that's a little bit slower because I'm talking through everything. But this is how I would know. I'll do a couple reps, how I would do it in practice here. I'm looking at my target. 1, 2. So see how I'm doing that there? I'm going as fast as I can. The key here is progress with your speed and try not to have your sights. A third tip here is try not to punch your gun out and have your gun shake at the end. I've discussed this also in draw videos in the playlist, this particular series as well. So if you go back, you can learn about letting your foot off the gas. So what you don't want to do is try to stop your gun right at the final point. You want to let the gas, okay, stop your moment, or let the gun just glide into position when you're about 10% at the point you want to be at. So if I wanted to shoot you right here, this camera here, my gun would probably start to glide from here. okay, and it would glide right into position, right? Instead of me trying to drive it directly in line with you and stop, put on the brakes right here, it's gonna cause the sights to shake, and I might miss my shot. So this is all you're gonna do for today, and if you're comfortable, then you can take 2 shots, right? But don't rush it. If you are still having a lot of issues or you're not sure if you're doing it right, then just stick with 1 shot so you can focus on a fewer number of moving parts rather than adding another trigger press. So once again, for about 15 minutes, maybe 3 times this week, you're gonna draw as fast as you can, okay? It can be anything. Draw as fast as you can, prep the trigger, pause, and take the shot. Okay, just like that. And if you are advanced and things are good, then break 2 shots. So that's the entire dry fire session for today. Doesn't matter what position you're carrying, work your speed. Because we are going dry, this is the time to go as fast as you possibly can, progressively, all right? So if you know that you're not shaky and doing things wrong at, let's say, 50%, then punch it up, 60%. Doing everything right, 75%, 80%, 90%. I really want you to get to the point where you're going as fast as you can in terms of your draw. And this is going to also reinforce the whole idea of as I push myself, I also need to control myself. Don't break the shot right away. Control myself. Do I really see what I need to see? Have I positively identified my threat or my target? Yes, break the shot. Okay? I hope you guys like the dry fire session. Really practice it. Really take it seriously. A lot of this stuff is basic and fundamental, and the truth is the professionals, advanced shooters, they just do this extremely well where they're not even thinking about anymore. So it's important to practice and train everything that we've covered in this series quite a lot. As always, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave some comments below, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you guys on Thursday.